we'll see how we get on. It's a real problem with music. Do you know how to do the plug that in, Kizuma?
I'm not going there to sit there and get a bunch of kittens. Wow. Yeah.
Hello, I'm Lee Keegan, Westport GAA and Mayo footballer. St Patrick's GAA Club, Westport, caters for boys and girls under 8s right up to senior level in football, hurling and camogie. We plan to expand our playing facilities and pitches over the coming years. I would really appreciate if you could support our exciting 2090 Club fundraiser draw, Win a House in Westport. We are offering you the chance to win a brand new 4-bedroom house in Westport for just €100 wherever you are in the world. Log on to www.winahouseinwestport.com to buy your ticket for a chance to live in the best place to live in Ireland.
Dizzy. Give me that thing a second. I have mine stuck up beside there. One of those. No, I have the program. Shauna Nivela. That's what I couldn't remember her name. 2 each side, sure, yeah. Test 1 2, test 1 2. It's coming through on the PA again. Shauna, do you want to step in here as well? Are you sure? That's my job. Fáilte go Pairc Muire le haga clúd up bio de craibh na péile Shashéri our television Cumann Lucas Girl Wheel. Tuar Mhic Éadaigh agus Cumann Naomh Pairc Kilmaine. Welcome to Tuar Mhic Éadaigh in what's the championship weather. We're live for you on Mayo GAA TV in association with Dowd Streaming on our mobile unit on our second live game of the year. As I said, coming from the Gaeltacht. Today it's a championship game between Kilmaine and Tuar Mhic Éadaigh in the opening group. I'm joined by Colm Gannon of the Mayo Advertiser. I'm joined by Joe from Kilmaine, and Michael, you're more known for your written word than you're being this side of the camera. Yeah. But so we'll start with you. There's a few changes. We'll go through the teams in a moment, but there's a few enforced changes to the Kilmaine team today.
Yeah, we have a few injuries. Dennis Mullen is out with a hip injury, and Brendan Sheridan has a knee injury. So we've Oisin Mullen, Joey Maloney and Colin Hughes have come in the team.
And Mike, what is your prediction for the game today? As we said, conditions couldn't be better for championship.
Oh, yeah, it's a mighty day. You'd have to fancy Kilmaine. I think the fact that they're 2 divisions higher than Tuar Mhic Éadaigh in the league is a huge thing. They're playing against senior teams a lot of the time, intermediate teams, week in, week out. The fact that Tuar Mhic Éadaigh are at home, they're famously hard to beat down here in Pairc Muire, but you'd have to give Kilmaine a slight edge. They're a team that really should be challenging for the junior title this year, so they want to get off to a good start, and you'd have to fancy them to do that today.
And Colm, as ever, studious in your preparations. Both teams have been conceding a lot of goals in their league games so far this season.
They have, I suppose. Kilmaine got 3 goals. Kiltane scored against them, but as we were saying around there, a Division 2 side, whereas Tuar Mhic Éadaigh are struggling in Division 4. Ballintor gave them a good beating last weekend, who are in the same group in the championship. But when you look at it this way, these teams last met in the championship 3 years ago, as Tuar Mhic Éadaigh actually relegated Kilmaine down to the junior championship, so they won't fear them. Tuar Mhic Éadaigh won the intermediate not only 9 years ago, hung a long time in senior, and then hung another 4 or 5 years in intermediate. So Kilmaine were thereabouts, probably felt they might have got senior at one stage, and it was getting relegation down to junior was obviously disappointing. Got to the final 2 years ago against Larherdone, and then last year were beaten by Achill, and I suppose in a bit of a shock for a lot of people, having won 3 group games. But they'll be hoping to use their advantage of playing higher level football today. It's a great day for football, and hopefully, we should have a good game.
Back here in the Gaeltacht, the Believe in anniversaries, it's 21 years since Tuar Mhic Éadaigh last won the junior championship in '98, so there may be a bit of an omen there for them this year, maybe.
I'm sure they'll be hoping so, but it's going to be a tough group. This group with Killala, obviously Ballintor B, and that to get out of the group is going to be very hard. They're going to want to hit the ground running today. Home advantage, they hope it count, but if they can, I'm sure the bonfires will be burning in the Gaeltacht once they cross the border come October, if they can pull it out of the bag.
So yeah, you might probably see even just behind us, the teams are actually going through their last minute preparations. Kilmaine, we're just waiting for the arrival of Tuar Mhic Éadaigh. We'll have the national anthem live as well for you, sung by Sean and Nivelia, who are no stranger to sing in our on Avane in McHale Park and on big stages. And Michael, as you say, you'd have to go with Kilmaine given they're 2 divisions above Tuar Mhic Éadaigh, but Tuar Mhic Éadaigh, as you said, are notoriously hard to beat in their own backyard, and their league form hasn't been great, so they're due a performance.
They are, and I mean they'll be sticky enough, and obviously they want to. There's a decent crowd in today, and on a day like today, they wanted to give a good account of themselves. I mean, like Colin was saying there, it's not that long ago since they were a senior team and an intermediate club as well. They're a club with a lot of tradition, a lot of heart, and look, they certainly won't be rolling over here by any means.
But really, Mark, their last game out, they got beat by Ballintor B, and as Colin alluded to, those games have to be won.
Yeah, that's just true. And I mean, they were playing against my own club as well, Kilmaine V in the league, and they took a heavy enough beating as well a couple of weeks ago. So I mean, look, the form isn't great. You're right, and that's why, like I was saying, you would have to fancy Kilmaine, but. Look, I don't think this is going to be an easy game for Kilmaine by any means. I mean, I would fancy them to win, but listen, Tuar Mhic Éadaigh they're notoriously sticky, and it's hard to be confident one way or the other. But you would have to give Kilmaine a slight edge.
Notoriously sticky. Kilmaine aren't exactly known for not being sticky themselves, but good form in the last couple of years. A final, losing to Achill last year. As you mentioned off air, they're a young team. You're building something here in Kilmaine for the future.
Yeah, we have a good lot of young lads in this year, and while we're reasonably confident, our first league game against Island 80 went fairly well for us, but we got a good lesson the last day against Kiltane. They really opened us up, and the game was over at half time really. So that was a rude awakening for us. Tuar Mhic Éadaigh are sticky. We know all about it. We were relegated down Mayo Abbey 3 years ago. and they gave us a good lesson that day. So championship is completely different from league. I think it'll be a humdinger today.
A humdinger is the way it's described in column. The other game will be an interesting contest as well, Killala and Ballintorber.
Oh yeah, they will. Like Ballintorber, I suppose the senior team obviously don't do so well over the last few years. It's very easy to keep guys involved and interested in playing football. They had a very good win, as we said last week, against Tuar Mhic Éadaigh, and like they're going. And Killala are one of those teams that can be thereabouts at times in the junior championships. They got to knockout stages, but like I'd imagine Killala will fancy their chances. That's in Killala. So fair enough, Mark. That's so. Ballintorber won't be shy going down there, but Killala, you'd hope they'd probably use home advantage to account for them.
So thanks a million, guys. We'll be joined by Michael Lally as well from Tuar Mhic Éadaigh on the co-commentary duties. We'll let you get to your relative stations, and we're going to hand over to Sean and Email for Our on the Vein.
I'm Lee Keegan, Westport GAA and Mayo footballer. St Patrick's GAA Club, Westport, caters for boys and girls under 8s right up to senior level in football, hurling and camogie. We plan to expand our playing facilities and pitches over the coming years. I would really appreciate if you could support our exciting 2019 Club fundraiser draw, Win a House in Westport. We are offering you the chance to win a brand new 4-bedroom house in Westport for just €100 wherever you are in the world. Log on to www.winahouseinwestport.com to buy your ticket for a chance to live in the best place to live in Ireland.
Accordia, Shaski Inish, the Aran Naveen, Alcano, like Sean and Iwalia, Ostentra, Tuar Mhic Éadaigh.
Sinna fianna fall, a tofu yalagaden, Bwindar slew, Arthin Doronic Hoon, Fui void Vasir, Shanty or Sheen shirt fasta, Neog for Fuin seed on no Fuin troll. Ha noch the hymns of Arna will lay gan rail con bosh no seal. Le gon each greach fui lovach na biler. Shall live canig or on nevien.
A fantastic rendition of Our on the Vein. We're getting ready for throwing now. We have the two teams we called, so we're waiting for the throw in here. And it's a fantastic day here in Pairc, Muire. It's going to be a very good game, we hope. Tuar Mhic Éadaigh and Kilmaine have in the last 3 years have Tuar Mhic Éadaigh have the advantage 2-1, and we've been joined by Michael Lally from Tuar Mhic Éadaigh. And Mike, just quickly there, any changes to the starting 15?
As far as you can see, they're lining out as announced, so there don't appear to be any changes to the starting 15. I often get confused with my treasurer, David Lally.
Yeah. Sorry, apologies. Yeah. The money man is the important man in any club, as they say.
David is out in Malta watching this live, I'm sure, at the moment. So, hello, David.
So we have good weather here. Hopefully they're having good weather in Malta as well. As the referee is getting the teams to get in position. We have, as we said, fantastic condition. There's a bit of a breeze blowing left to right as you look at our pictures. The flags are showing it there for you. So it's we're almost ready to go here. And... it's good.
Centre back. I see Danny Walsh out there lying out centre back, and that appears to be a change with Danny Lydon, who was announced to start. So Danny Walsh was a bit of a fear for us before the game with injury, but he appears to be taking his position there at Lacour.
So we're ready to go, and we're underway. Live view on Mayo GAA TV, Facebook, and around the world. Let us know where you're watching us. Get in contact with us as Tuar Mhic Éadaigh go on the attack, and it's on the far side. And as we said, it's a fantastic day here in Tuar Mhic Éadaigh. It'll be true championship conditions as the free is awarded there for a slightly high tackle by Cathal Murphy, and it's going to be the first shot in anger. As we said, the breeze would slightly favour Tuar Mhic Éadaigh in this half, and it'll be a good effort to get this over the bar, and it's dropped short into the square, and he's just tried to scoop it over the bar, the midfielder Stephen O'Neill, and it's just gone wide, so it's going to be it's going to be a kick out for Tuar Mhic Éadaigh. Apologies, just trying to get our camera position right there for you, and it's a good start to the game for Tuar Mhic Éadaigh. On the attack already, Adam Keady is going to take the first kick out. He goes short, goes to the replacement number 19, Oisín Mullen looking to carry the ball up the field in that strong style of his. He has a runner on the left on the outside if he gets his head up, and that's Ernan Flannery breaking from corner back. We'll go through the teams for you as when we get the next break in play. Adam Barrett turns straight away trying to find the corner forwards. Good handoff there into Michael Hession from Jarlath Mullen. He's not the biggest man in the world, but he's prepared to put himself on the line. He gets the return pass, left-footed effort, but it's just gone to the right and wide. We'll quickly run through the teams for you. Tuar Mhic Éadaigh in goal. I'll leave the Irish pronunciations to to my learned colleague here, but it's Larry Connell in goal. The full back line is Sean Burke, David Prendergast, Stephen Staunton. Shane Staunton and number 18, Danny Walsh replaces number 6, Danny Lyne, that's named in the programme. We have Nathan Lavelle is the other wing back. Midfield is Stephen O'Neill and Darren Kelly. The half forward line is Darren McConnell, Kevin Dolan, Cathal Staunton, and Patrick Lyne, Stephen Staunton, and Niall Donoghue complete the full forward line. The three brothers are on the team as well, Stephen, and they're all from the David Shaw. Oh, sorry, I beg your pardon. Yeah, so there's
2 David Todds. And on the Tuar Mhic Éadaigh team, number 7 Nathan Lavelle and Cathal Staunton make their debut. Cathal, Stephen, and Shane are all 3 brothers in the team today. And again, a call out to his brother Kieran, who's watching this in London.
Fantastic. As the Kilmaine are trying to make inroads again into this Tuar Mhic Éadaigh defence, they've pulled everybody back bar one, and that one is now helping out as Kilmaine are going to have to break down this blanket defence of Tuar Mhic Éadaigh. Flannery loses the ball in the connection that is trying to break out there is Shane Staunton. Kilmaine are happy to drop 3 players back in the middle to pick up any runners as Tuar Mhic Éadaigh try to launch a counter attack. Driving in there, trying to get a hand in is Joey Maloney. The referee is playing an advantage. It was a bit of a tackle from behind as Niall Donoghue almost loses the ball in possession to David Hughes, but manages to get it off to number 18, as we said, Danny Walsh in for Danny Lydon. And Tuar Mhic Éadaigh are now going to have another shot at goal. That's just going to go up in the air. There's one man undecided in there is Patrick Lydon. He manages to get it away from the 2 Tuar Mhic Éadaigh defenders and tries an adventurous overhead kick, but I think there was an advantage, and it's going to be a 13-metre free, and Kilmaine could have defended that slightly better.
Yeah, we had the numbers back all right, but they didn't deal with it too well. Good fetch by 13.
Yeah, Patrick Lydon. Yeah. So it's going to be the first shot in angle for Tuar Mhic Éadaigh, as the previous 2 didn't go according to plan. So Michael Lang, it should be the opening score of the game for Tuar Mhic Éadaigh from here.
I'd almost banking Kevin Dolan put over the bar, and he has
just about done
that. Well, there was my mortgage.
Great servant for Tuar Mhic Éadaigh football. Kevin Dolan puts Tuar Mhic Éadaigh 1 point to no score up. And Colm Gannon, your early thoughts?
Well, you can see Tuar Mhic Éadaigh are dragging everyone back. Like Kilmaine are ending up with 3 or 4 guys in their full back line, and full back line and half line covering back, and it's going to be very hard for them to break them down. I suppose Tuar Mhic Éadaigh.
Ernan Flannery is actually making that's a strong challenge from David Hughes, for Oisín Mullen. He broke all the way from the half back line. He carried the ball 60 metres, and it was a very strong challenge. It was the referee was over straight away. He wasn't happy with it as Jarlath Mullen goes in to give his 2 pence worth, but the referee decides it's going to be a yellow card. But it was one of those where you might have to take a yellow column.
Yeah, he was trying to close down the Kilmaine and broke very quickly there. He was trying to take a score and stop a goal scoring opportunity occur, and if just get away with the point, he'd be happy enough with that.
Free taker is Adam Barrett, and he puts that right between the posts, so it's 1 point all. We have a level game, so it's going, as I said, it's going to go quite tight as we go through the Kilmaine team quickly for you. Adam Keady's in goal, Matt Mullen, David Hughes, Ernan Flannery wearing 10 as the other cornerback, as Dennis Mullen doesn't start. Tomás Fahey, Garrow Jodie and Oisín Mullen wearing 19 are the half back line. Midfield is Matt Keady and Gavin Burke. The half forward line, Joey Maloney comes in for Ernan Flannery, who's gone to cornerback. Adam Barrett, Colin Hughes for Brendan Sheridan, who picked up an injury. As Tuar Mhic Éadaigh are looking to break through to the centre, it's Darren Kelly getting in, but trying to get away. The referee puts his hand up. It's another foul. That's 2 attacks from Tuar Mhic Éadaigh has resulted in 2 close-in frees, and the referee, no, he's given a penalty. the referee is it's a big call there. He was a fair bit back, Colm Gallen, to make that call, and
he was, but the Tuar Mhic Éadaigh midfielder picked up the ball. He made sure he laid down where he was fouled. So the referee came in to see that he was inside the area. It's a big chance for Tuar Mhic Éadaigh now to get a goal, and it'll give them a massive advantage in this game. Kevin Dolan stepping up to take it. It looks like a Kevin, I suppose, a long-term servant for Tuar Mhic Éadaigh, and they'll have plenty of trust in him putting it away. But it's a big chance for Tuar Mhic Éadaigh to lay down a very early marker.
So two successive attacks for Tuar Mhic Éadaigh, and has resulted in a potentially a goal on the point. Adam Keady in goal, known to save the odd penalty in soccer. We'll see if he can do it here in Gaelic, and he does. Gets round low to his right hand side, makes a tremendous save, and he's fouled bringing the ball out. A great save by Adam Keady. We might see it on the replay in a moment, but it's a fantastic save, and Joe keeps the score 1 point all.
We got out of jail there. It's good to see Adam back to form again after missing a few years, but he's a good goalkeeper.
Does he be slightly disappointed how he took it?
I think he took it well. First of all, well done to Tom Knock for lining the pitch before the game, so the referee could see that was clearly inside the area. But Kevin took it well. It was a great save.
Yeah, great save indeed, as Kilmaine now looking to build on that side. The ball played well inside to Michael Hession. Hession trying to hit that diagonal ball to Jarlath Mullen. Mullen spins on the right boot, and Jarlath Mullen pulls the trigger, and from 25 metres out, that's a great score from Jarlath Mullen.
It's a good score, and he's reliable with his right foot, so he is.
No stranger to getting scores in from corner forward. Jarlath has played defence as well as attack in recent years, and he's a bundle of energy is the best way to put him, even off the field. So 2 points to 1. We've just 7 minutes gone in the first half here, and that's a good take again by Stephen O'Neill. That's 2 great marks he's taken, but his kick pass has just gone to the right and wide, and it's kind of a strange kicking action that he has. His sideline ball is quickly taken. Oisín Mullen gets the return ball, Oisín into the free space of midfield. He's not had a challenge on him again. This resulted in a yellow card a few moments ago, but he's shadowed there by the 2 midfielders for Tuar Mhic Éadaigh, O'Neill and Kelly. He gives it back to Matt Keady. Keady, that ball didn't get to his intended target, and again Tuar Mhic Éadaigh now are playing a high risk strategy here, Mike Lang, pulling everybody back and trying to play counter-attack football in this heat isn't going to be easy.
Perhaps not. We'll see as the game wears on. It's certainly a difficult evening for football, but this is the style, I suppose, that we've been working on for the last while, and they want to change it for today. So let's hope it works.
It's going to be free on the far side in front of the stand here. They still switch the ball across to Nathan Lavelle. Plenty of space. Colin Hughes comes to meet him. Lavelle plays it up the line. The players holding their hands up in front of their faces. Kevin Dolan trying to keep the sun out of their eyes. That could be a factor in the second half as it gets lower. That ball was taken by Stephen Staunton, and it's not even hit the goalminder, so it wasn't exactly the best direction for a right footer to take a shot, Colm Gannon.
No, it wasn't. He was very far out there in the corner. He took it on. I suppose Tuar Mhic Éadaigh are going to probably feel the way they're playing. They're going to have to take as many chances as they can. They mightn't create as much as Kilmaine. As I see, Kilmaine are really working here in the break as they're breaking through again. It's
breaking through this time is Tomas Fahy, and he's dragged down from behind, and Tomas has been Tomas is down holding his head. It was a high challenge from behind, and the strong direct running of Kilmaine are causing the Tuar Mhic Éadaigh defence a few problems.
They seem to be. In fact, I didn't quite see that. I was watching the replay of Stephen Staunton on that there. He's actually a very skillful player. He normally would put it over the bar, but at the moment, yes, the runners from Kilmaine coming through are causing us some difficulties, and we'd hope that we can contain them until half time.
So the physios are out just checking on the condition of Tomas Fahy. He's a strong runner from midfield as well as from the breaking from the half back line where he finds himself. Last year, with more around the last couple of years, he found himself around the middle of the park.
He's changed. The selectors have changed him from midfield to wing back this year with good results. He's more comfortable there, and as you see him there, himself and Oisín Mullen are breaking down both wings and causing Tuar Mhic Éadaigh big problems.
So he's sitting up now, so it looks like he'll be okay as the Mairishkas run on. There's plenty of water being taken on today. As we said, it's a very warm day here in Tuar Mhic Éadaigh, as conditions couldn't be better. The pitch and the well lined, as mentioned earlier, in relation to the penalty, and the facilities as well, excellent, from holding the Comórtas Péile na Gaeltachta in 2017. It's going to be a free and for Kilmaine, and an opportunity to extend their lead 2 points to 1. We have 10.5 minutes gone in the first half here of the junior championship, of the Brafey House and Spa sponsored the championship, and that's over the bar. We have a competition on for you today, the t-shirt competition. You can win a Mayo t-shirt. The question for that is, who did Mayo play in their opening Connacht Championship game? Who do Mayo play in their opening Connacht Championship game? Just to give you a hint, half the county is going to that game. Who Mayo are going to play? Answers, tweet to Mayo GAA by tweet only. Joey Maloney can't quite get back to that ball, and it's Niall Donoghue who's back there helping out his defence. He's wearing 15 on his back, but he's been back there sweeping up as that ball is turned over by Ernan Flannery. He can put a tack in again as he gives a good pass inside to Adam Barrett. Barrett already with 1 score to his name. Adam Barrett mirrors the score he took a moment ago. Great score from Adam Barrett, 2 for him from play so far, as we can see from the replay.
His uncle Mark Butler will be proud of that.
No stranger to scoring a few himself now, to be fair, but that was again turnover ball. The attacks to the heart of that Tuar Mhic Éadaigh defence are causing them problems, and Larry Connan again trying to get it out to midfield, but the ball breaks kindly to Flannery. He's had a big influence in the last 10 minutes, and that's a good long ball inside, well taken, couldn't quite keep hold of a Cathal Murphy, and the ball spills loose. The Tuar Mhic Éadaigh defence back there, Stephen Staunton manages to squirm the ball away from Michael Hessian, but they're playing dangerously across their own goal. But eventually the ball gets to the relative safety of the sideline, and Colm Gannon, a goal was a chance there, and Cathal Murphy would be disappointed.
He did. He got up so well to feel the ball there and get down. I suppose he just got covered up so quickly by the Tuar Mhic Éadaigh defence, he wasn't able to get the shot off. Tuar Mhic Éadaigh there, I suppose, they got a point, and then they had that chance from win breaks in the midfield, whereas up to before that, Tuar Mhic Éadaigh had taken 2 marks in the space of a few minutes, and so it's a real battle area in there. So winning that battle is going to be key to it, as it always is in the middle of the park. So they can't afford to lose the breaks when they break the speed that Kilmaine break at for Tuar Mhic Éadaigh.
Tuar Mhic Éadaigh trying to launch a counter-attack themselves, turning over the Kilmaine attack there is Shane Staunton. Breaks from wing back, recycles the ball well, but sells the dummy, Stephen Staunton. And we've two Stauntons on the team. Stephen Staunton's one at cornerback, and the other one at full forward. 2 Stevens, and no relation. The other Stauntons are all the brothers, but it's as we said, it's the Tuar Mhic Éadaigh defence at the moment. I find it difficult to, as we said, to deal with the way the Kilmaine are delivering the ball, and that direct pass there from Flannery into Murphy almost resulted in a goal.
It did indeed, and in fact when Tuar Mhic Éadaigh come out, perhaps they could break a little bit faster too. They have good inside forwards, but the ball doesn't seem to be getting into our inside players perhaps as quickly as I personally would like it to be, but they haven't got Patrick Lydon and Stevens haven't got enough of the ball just yet. If they do, they can take their chances.
That's a free in the middle of the park for Kevin Dolan, who finds himself back helping out his defence in the style that this tactical system that Tuar Mhic Éadaigh are playing. That's a ball up the corner trying to find the full forward Stephen Staunton, but marshalled well by David Hughes. Hughes gives it to his centre back Garage O'D, another stalwart of Kilmaine football. Between himself and Joey Maloney, they've plenty of miles on the clock, but again a long ball forward this time, not exactly picked up well, and that's Michael Hessian goes down. It seemed a 50-50 ball as both David Prendergast and Michael Hessian went for it, and Tuar Mhic Éadaigh have come away with the ball, but Hessian is still down as Tuar Mhic Éadaigh continue the attack with Stephen O'Neill hand pass inside to the, trying to work another score. Patrick Lydon recycles it out to Nathan Lavelle. Don't think Darren Kelly was the intended target, but he took responsibility for it. He tries to find a ball inside, but the ball again is, as you said, Michael, is just not happening for the inside forwards.
Not just yet. It's probably a bit frustrating in them just yet. They're trying very hard. Just be patient, wait for that ball. Our lads are putting good effort in, and hopefully we get some scores on the board shortly to get back into this game.
So we have just coming up to 15 minutes gone in the first game of the Junior Championship, live for you on Mayo GAA TV in conjunction with Naomh of the Brafey House Resort Hotel and Spa sponsored championship. Live for you from Tuar Mhic Éadaigh as Kilmaine are 4 points to 1 up with exactly 15 minutes gone, and Kilmaine are on the attack again. Out around the middle is Cathal Murphy, out from full forward. Bit of a hospital pass there to Gavin Burke, and coming together, so the referee's going to interpret that as a bit of a high challenge. But to be fair, the ball was high anyway. The hand pass wasn't exactly he won't be thanking him, and we'll put it that way, when he gets back into the dressing room and just try to go for Shane Staunton. So no real malice in it. So Jarlath Mullen is going to have a go from almost on the 45. This will be a good hit, just outside slightly, so it's right in front of the post. It'll be a good hit from here. Mullen strikes it well, and that's right over the black spot for Kilmaine. Another point for Kilmaine. Kilmaine go 5 points to 1 up. 16 minutes gone.
On his day, Jarlath is able to put them over, and today seems to be he's on his day.
You can just see from the replay, he struck it through, and it still had a bit of height on it. So even if they get scores out the field, the referee has gone inside to speak to one of his umpires. Not entirely sure what that was about, but it's 5 points to 1 as the kick out goes to the sideline. Dolan past Joey Maloney, can't close down the danger as Tuar Mhic Éadaigh again look to break in waves. There's a line of 6, 7, 8 players trying to break into the Kilmaine 45. They managed to get inside for the first time and get a meaningless effort, but that's another shot gone to the wide by Shane Staunton. I make that 3 wides for Tuar Mhic Éadaigh so far, and Kilmaine are restricting them from shots out around the periphery.
They are indeed. Again, Shane, a very skillful player, perhaps snapped at that one a little bit there, but they're getting perhaps a bit frustrated now. The next score is very important.
Kilmaine working the ball through the hand on this warm weather day here in Tuar Mhic Éadaigh. Don't forget the competition to win a Mayo t-shirt. It's who do Mayo play in their opening Connacht Championship game. Tweet your answer to Mayo at Mayo GAA, and a winner will be announced at full time, as there's a bit of consultation from the stand about that free, but the referee said it's a sideline ball. It's going to be a sideline ball for Kilmaine. It's a free for Kilmaine, sorry. Whereas I think they were shouting it was from the wrong position. As a quick 1-2, Joey Maloney. Mullen again, he's going to have a go this time from a slightly tighter angle, but that's going to flash to the left and wide. And Colm Gannon, it's Kilmaine definitely on top in this opening quarter.
Kilmaine are very much so on top. Yeah, it's going to be vital for Tuar Mhic Éadaigh now to make sure they get a couple of points before the break, to make sure, and hope for Kilmaine don't pull too far ahead of them and it's not gone from them at half time. Tuar Mhic Éadaigh, like as the way they're playing with somebody back, their inside forwards are nearly coming out to try and win the ball, but by the time they come out, when they've worked the ball up, their guys they're nearly crossing with their wing backs and wing forwards coming at them.
Kick out broken there by Kilmaine. Hessian trying to get away from his man. The referee deems it was a pull in the jersey, so it's going to be another free for Kilmaine. A nice crowd here in Tuar Mhic Éadaigh, as we say, for this game. It's live on Mayo GAA TV. Let us know where you are in the world. Get in contact with us via our Facebook and Twitter pages. And all since the first score that Tuar Mhic Éadaigh got, there's been 5 with no reply, as Kilmaine have taken a definite hold of this game. Short free, quick 1-2 between Adam Barrett and Mullen again. Michael Hessian, sorry. Then that's another well worked score. The Tuar Mhic Éadaigh's defence went to sleep. They played a quick 1-2 with Barrett. Great finish.
Nice finish for Michael Hessian on his left foot.
Kick out breaks again. This time Tuar Mhic Éadaigh do manage to get hold of it, but a good strong challenge in. They keep possession. They have a runner here in the shape of Niall Donoghue, but that ball is well swept up by Tuar Mhic Éadaigh again. David Hughes is doing a great job there. Fullback sweeping up. He is Colin Hughes. Gives a 1-2. Colin has continued his run up on the left hand side as Ernan Flannery has joined the attack from corner back. Ernan, he's looking for having a go himself, and he struck it well. He's right behind us. It's going to drop short in on top of the goalkeeper, but that's not given. The player ended up in the goal. The ball didn't, thankfully. Larry Conlon was kept his eye on the ball all the way in, and almost for Michael Hessian, after scoring a point, he almost got a hand on that one to get a goal. He has another chance here, but it comes off him and goes wide for the 45. But very well done to Larry Conlon there to keep his eye on it.
Yes, well done, Larry. Larry's the holder of a Ted Webb Cup medal with Mayo 2 years ago. You can see why.
Just have a quick look again there. The ball was Flannery has a go, struck it quite well. It didn't have the legs on it, but it dropped in short, but he kept his eye on it, and as the distraction of the player coming in almost caught the goal. It's a second yellow card for David Prendergast. David Prendergast is gone. Michael Hessian is the next man being talked to, as when that ball went for the 45, the two of them were having a bit of a... It's a yellow card, sorry, not a second. He hadn't been booked. I don't think David Prendergast. It's yellow card for both of them, sorry. He is gone. It is a second yellow. Yeah, it was a second yellow. So Tuar Mhic Éadaigh are going to have to play them in the rest of this game, the rest of this half, with 14 men, as David Prendergast trudges off, and needless second yellow, Colm Gannon.
Yeah, it's going to make their task much harder, especially even with this heat as well. Like, trying to play with 14 men for 40 minutes isn't going to be easy for Tuar Mhic Éadaigh in a game they're trying to chase. So it's all about getting to half time now for them and trying to keep the score as low as can, and then formulate their plan to what they're going to try and do in the second half to get back into it.
And David Prendergast paying the price for that. The first yellow was the high challenge that he almost cut, I think it was Ernan Flannery in half, but this time himself and Michael Hessian getting involved with needless handbag stuff has resulted in being sent to the line, and Hessian has a yellow card as Kilmaine look to make their numerical advantage count. The ball is just scribbling around and eventually gets back out to midfield, and Oisin Mullen, who's had a big influence on this game, is on the attack again. He's marker. There's been a push off the ball, so as Colin Hughes was trying to make an inside run, there was a foul off the ball. Tuar Mhic Éadaigh's frustrations are slightly eking out on the pitch here, and there could be another booking here.
Well, we'll ask the referee to decide. I think perhaps Nathan just got caught in the feet there a little bit. I think the Kilmaine player slowed down, he went into him. These Kilmaine forwards are classy, and we're having difficulties containing them in the first half.
Losing David Prendergast would be a big blow back there at fullback. We'll keep an eye on where they do, but they're going to have to maybe make a change or just drop another player back.
We'll just have to drop another player back, when in fact they were playing quite a defensive game anyway, so it just makes it more difficult to break.
The transition from back to front now will be even harder, bearing in mind as we look at it here, as that free is tapped over by Adam Barrett. There's only one Tuar Mhic Éadaigh forward, two now in the half of the field.
And I suppose perhaps we're playing deep, and now allows Kilmaine to drop their extra man back and mark our only inside forward. It's going to be difficult to get scores.
Done. So we're going to have, as I said, an interesting finish to the last 7-8 minutes of this first half. 6 points to 1. Kilmaine lead live for you on Mayo GAA TV in conjunction with Dowd Media Streaming Services. The Brafey House Resort Hotel and Spa Junior Championship well underway here, as that foul is conceded by Kilmaine. Shane Staunton looking to get the ball inside quickly, but Patrick Lydon couldn't get down to it and keep hold of it. Gets the ball inside, gives the ball to Keeley, releases Joey Maloney. Joey, using all his experience, he's going to pick the ball inside. He plays a diagonal high ball inside. It's one coming right through the back, and Michael Hessian is down on the ground again. Kevin Dolan seemed to win the ball. I'm not sure if it was the ball was there to be won, but the referees interpreted it as a foul, so it's going to be a free in front of the posts, and the referee, I think, has given a tick to Kevin Dolan.
Didn't see it, perhaps he had a hand to the back slightly, but I didn't see it. There didn't seem to be much in at that time, but we'll let the referee make that call.
And the referee's been kept busy today, in fairness to him, and as we say, Tuar Mhic Éadaigh, since their first goal, haven't had a reply to this running game of Kilmaine. And Joe, you have to be thinking David O'Loughlin will be very happy when they get to half time.
Definitely. The runners are really causing big trouble for Tuar Mhic Éadaigh, and while they packed the defence early on, they seem to be stretched a lot in the last 10 minutes or so, and we're reaping rewards from it.
Another point for Adam Barrett, and Kilmaine pull even further ahead. And don't forget our competition to win a Mayo t-shirt. Who do Mayo play in the opening round of the Connacht Championship? Tweet your answer to at Mayo GAA, and our winner will have been announced at full time. And taking that ball all by himself was Matthew Keedy. Easy ball, gives it to Colin Hughes. Hughes, diagonal ball inside, looking for the play inside. Hessian gives it off sweetly to Joey Maloney. Maloney has a runner outside him, and that runner is Cathal Murphy, and that's a very well worked score from the kick out for Kilmaine. That gives them an 8-1 advantage, and the kick out, the battle of midfield seems to be lost for the last few minutes.
We're finding it very difficult to get past that crowded middle of the field. I mean, at this stage, Kilmaine are taking all of their chances, taking them very well. We've missed a few of ours. The game seems to be running a bit away from us at this stage. We need to get back into the game and in the next 10 minutes.
9 points to 1, Tuar Mhic Éadaigh lead. And they've won another kick out. Flannery, who's, as we said, have a big inside. Oisín Mullen, and that gives a ball into Michael Hessian. Another 2 kick outs straight away, turned inside. And Oisín Mullen, wearing 19, has had I keep calling him Merlin Flannery, but it's Oisín Mullen who's having a massive influence on this game.
He's just back from injury. He just got the all clear during the week, and he's back with a bang. He's playing really well.
Back with a bang is the answer. And Colm Gannon, Tuar Mhic Éadaigh lose another kick out, and it's not going to plan.
No, it's not going to plan for Tuar Mhic Éadaigh. The game is completely, I suppose, gone from now. Missing that penalty early on as they really needed to get that to make sure they had a chance in the game. And since then, it hasn't really gone from them at all. And they're just struggling here now and taking on a lot of water. They'll hopefully try and get a couple of scores themselves in the next 4 minutes. But it looks very difficult for them out here in this heat, especially down a man.
Down a man, and they've pulled everybody back inside their own half to try and deal with the Kilmaine attack, and they're going to hopefully intercept that ball there, but it's broken kindly for Oisín Mullen. Mullen gets away from one, can't get away from the other being Danny Walsh. Now that could be another bit of trouble for Tuar Mhic Éadaigh if they were to lose another man. I think it was Kevin Dolan, was it? Straight red. He came down on his leg. I think it was. I think it's Danny. I think it's Danny, is it?
Yes.
We'll have a look here. It's on the replay. If we can get it for you. He stamped on his head. It seemed to be a bit. He left his foot in. I think just looking from there, and the referee was straight right in front of it. He left his foot in. It's a straight red. So sorry. It's yes, Danny Walsh, who was starting in place of Danny Lydon at centre back. Tuar Mhic Éadaigh's job has just got immeasurably more difficult. 13 plays 15. They're 10 points to 1 down. They haven't scored since the 3rd minute, and that ball is tapped over the bar by Hessian, and it's all the Tuar Mhic Éadaigh full forward line have had a contribution to the damage. Yeah, we're doing really well. Even the frees are going over for us today, so it's good. It's going awful well. Joe's happy. It'll be if they can maintain this performance in this heat. They're now 11 points to 1 up. Kilmaine have definitely been the stronger there. I think they're playing the division or 2 higher is playing benefits for them, 2 divisions above Tuar Mhic Éadaigh. The concern was coming into this game, both teams have been leaking goals, but at this stage I think it's going to be a case, can Tuar Mhic Éadaigh keep the score down?
Well, that's the way it looks now, and I suppose it's been self-inflicted with 2 red cards in the first half. It's obviously very disappointing for everyone involved in it. Like, they're down to 13 men, and it's going to be a very hard struggle over the next between now and half time and into the second half. I think if Kevin Dolan can kick a free now, I suppose it's something going into the half time, but it's going to take an awful effort from Tuar Mhic Éadaigh just to get back into the game. And I suppose you don't know where these groups can go. Like, they could end up scoring difference, being very vital at the end for both sides.
Dolan puts that one over the bar, and that's only Tuar Mhic Éadaigh's second score of the game, and it comes in the 29th minute. So 11 points to 2 as we're coming up to half time. It'll be whatever the referee allows for half time, and Kilmaine are going to have free men on kickouts because with a 2-man numerical advantage, it's just a numbers game back there at this stage. Says Joey Maloney, looking to get another attack set up. Murphy delivers a good ball inside to Adam Barrett. He had a look at the post, but he was covered on his kicking foot. But as we said, with the 2-player advantage, they're going to have fine players in space. This time it's Ernan Flannery, but that one's just gone to the right and wide. But again, they're going to be Joe just trying to cover gaps there, trying to pull back, and Tuar Mhic Éadaigh are just going to try and stop the Kilmaine runners. Yeah, and the energy seems to have gone out of the game completely with them 2 sending-offs. But again, the penalty save had a big bearing on the game. And that penalty save was by Adam Keady, and it's proved out very vital as Tuar Mhic Éadaigh are just trying to get something going before half time. If they can close the gap even by another 2 or 3 points, it'll give them something maybe to try and go for in the second half. And they've got a free in front of the Kilmaine dugout on the far side, and it's the breeze, as we said, is actually with Tuar Mhic Éadaigh in this half, what little there is of it. They'll be looking to maybe try and hit this one in. They're going to switch it. Free man on the hit side is Niall O'Donoghue. O'Donoghue has a look at the post himself. He's going to hit that one. He's just sliced across it, trying to bring it back, but it's gone to the left and wide, and that's the 5th wide for Tuar Mhic Éadaigh in this game, and unfortunately it'll be a case of maybe Michael just trying to limit the damage.
Yeah, I suppose at this stage it's very, very difficult to see us coming back in this game, but score difference can make a big difference in the group. I think Danny was unlucky there. I don't think there was any intent in that. His reaction said it all. A bit of an unfortunate sending off, but it certainly will affect this game.
Danny will be suspended for the next
We
championship.
have the replay here beside us, so I think we'll be talking to the Mayo County Board about that.
So we'll go for that. So as we said, there'll be appeals made, which they're able to do. So there's a bit of a high challenge there by Cathal Murphy on Stephen Staunton, and he's calling him over. And the game is just getting a few stoppages now. The ball was hit inside by Joey Maloney. Murphy didn't get it the first time, and they were just coming together, and then he just drags him down. And as we said, the referee's just going to have a word with him. I think it's a yellow card. So it's a free kick for Tuar Mhic Éadaigh. And the game, as Joe alluded to there, Colm, has gone a bit flat for both sides, really.
It is, yeah. I suppose the results probably is a foregone conclusion now at this stage. So it's about both sides, I suppose, getting through it for Tuar Mhic Éadaigh, make sure they can eat back as many points as they can in the second half. And Kilmaine obviously be looking to put on as many in case scoring difference does come into it. But like it's as a contest, unfortunately, it seems to be over. But like it's all about playing for pride now for both sides and take it as a when the second half comes out. Tuar Mhic Éadaigh take it as a new game to make sure they can step on as it goes.
Tuar Mhic Éadaigh on the attack, ball again recycled to Niall Donoghue. He has a free runner in Lavelle. Lavelle comes in on his left boot. He has a swing at that, but that's gone to the right and wide, and another wide for Tuar Mhic Éadaigh. They need to, when they do get into the scoring part of the field, they need to make sure they get those chances.
I think it's one of the big differences between Kilmaine and Tuar Mhic Éadaigh. Kilmaine have taken their chances, taken them very well. We have had a few, not many, but we've had enough to be closer on the scoreboard, and we do need to be taking all of those chances.
As the referee brings the half to a conclusion, it's 11 points Tuar Mhic Éadaigh, 11 points Kilmaine, Tuar Mhic Éadaigh 2 points. We're going to go to an ad break, and when we come back, Paul Cunyan will be interviewing Colm Gannon and Joe Callahan and Michael Lang. We'll see you after the break.
Keegan, Westport GAA and Mayo footballer. St Patrick's GAA Club, Westport, caters for boys and girls under 8s right up to senior level in football, hurling and camogie. We plan to expand our playing facilities and pitches over the coming years. I would really appreciate if you could support our exciting 2019 Club fundraiser draw, Win a House in Westport. We are offering you the chance to win a brand new 4-bedroom house in Westport for just €100 wherever you are in the world. Log on to www.winahouseinwestport.com to buy your ticket for a chance to live in the best place to live in Ireland.
Thanks very much. We're joined here for the half-time chat with Colm Gannon from the Mayo Advertiser and Mark Higgins from the Western People. Colm, 11 points to 2. Kilmaine are fairly dominant. Can you see any way back in the second half for Tuar Mhic Éadaigh?
No, you can't, unfortunately, for Tuar Mhic Éadaigh now. Between the scores, 9 points down at the break and 2 men down, it's going to be very, very hard for them to get back. And even the way they started off the game, they played it very defensive and were looking to obviously try and keep it tight. They had the chance for the penalty that Kevin missed, unfortunately for them. That could have given them hope, but since then Kilmaine have taken complete control of the game and are just scoring at their ease.
Yeah, it could have been a different game, as you said. That penalty inside the first 10 minutes, if that had hit the net, Tuar Mhic Éadaigh would have got a lead early on, and they could have been a lot closer at half time.
Yeah, because you don't know what's going to happen. First, like obviously they play league games, but the first game of championship is obviously a nervous enough occasion for guys. A goal like that can change the momentum of the game, and Tuar Mhic Éadaigh would have given them an extra drive on in spite, and they could have been hope for them. They'd have hoped to be a lot closer than they are at half time, whereas unfortunately it looks like it's over for them.
Yeah, Mark, as Colm said there, it looks fairly one-sided so far. Second half, it's going to be tough for Tuar Mhic Éadaigh to try and find a way back into this game, isn't it?
Oh, massively, yeah, Paul. I mean, they're two men down, and 9 points down at the moment, especially in this heat. I mean, it's still 16 or 17 degrees out here. For the last 20 minutes, those guys are going to be hurting seriously, and I think the wind is starting to pick up a small bit, and it's going to be behind Kilmaine in the second half. So, yeah, look, there's no way. It's very, very hard to see anyway for Tuar Mhic Éadaigh to come back into this game. Like they're tackling hard, but they don't seem to have much of a plan really in place in terms of going forward. Whereas Kilmaine, you've the half back line there of Oisin Mullen and Tom Fahey are attacking very well. You've got Michael Hessian and Jarlath Mullen inside in the full forward line moving very well, and even Joey Maloney there kind of pulling the strings around the half forward line. Like they're well on top, and they're full value for their lead. I mean, it's 9 points. They're well worth it. There's no way for Tuar Mhic Éadaigh to come back into it as far as I can see.
You don't think they would have done much warm weather training in November and December out here in 15, 16 degrees?
I don't think so. No, I wasn't here in Tuar Mhic Éadaigh around December time, so couldn't tell you what the weather was like. But I doubt it somehow. No, it's in fairness, they are going to struggle. And look, Kilmaine are going to struggle too. But the fact they have 2 extra men, I mean, all they have to do really is just hold on to the ball, play it smart. They're going to have extra men in the kickouts. They're going to have extra men all over the field, and the gaps once they hold the ball. Be patient, and the gaps are going to appear in that Tuar Mhic Éadaigh defence, and I think we'll probably see a couple of Kilmaine goals in the second half, to be honest, because Tuarmhic are going to struggle.
Yeah, their full back line is really been swamped. You know, the midfield is being cleaned out. There's an awful lot of ball coming in. Their backs are under a lot of pressure, so it is going to be tough for them in the second half.
Yeah, and they're not helping themselves either. I mean, the red card for the full back there, David Prendergast. I mean, it was a silly red card for him to get. He picked up an early yellow for a tackle on Oisin Mullen, I think it was, and then a very, very foolish second yellow card for him to pick up after whatever it was, 20 minutes. And then the second yellow was second red, as well. I mean, it's gone from bad to worse for them. So. Look, I mean, it's a pity in a lot of ways, in that there's, you know, they as Colin was saying, had the penalty gone in from Kevin Dolan, it could have been a very different game. But it was a great save, in fairness to Adam Keady. He really got down well to get a hand on it. Had that gone in, it might have been different. But look, at the moment, there's only going to be one winner here.
Colin, probably very hard to quibble with the two red cards. They both looked as plain as day, I'm afraid.
They did, unfortunately, for Tuar Mhic Éadaigh. I suppose that's the worst thing for the guys who've been busting their everything for getting training and ready for this game. Like, the championship is what every club lives for, and to have two guys gone within the space of 20 minutes, it's, you know, you're now going from trying to get to a quarter-final to maybe trying to battle to avoid relegation, because Killala and Ballintober B are going to be two serious sides they're going to face in the next couple of games, and they've already got a bit of a trimming from Ballintober in the league, so it looks like it'll be a struggle for Tuar Mhic Éadaigh going on. And I suppose if two guys straight red card, you're going to miss the next game, which is going to be another blow to them. But like, it's unfortunate for them, but, you know, it was of their own making, like, as Mark was saying, like David Prendergast second yellow, like, you know, he was warned, like, you know, he got the one for a high challenge early on. He should have checked himself, but he didn't. But then I suppose that's the heat of championship action. People, you know, they can forget at times, and just things get a bit away from them, and it's going to be very, very hard for them now in the second half. Like, you know, it's like Kilmaine, I suppose, you know, you expect them to go through. Scoring difference probably won't make any difference, but they're still going to try and rack up as much as they can to ensure that if they do draw a game along the way, they get a top billing coming out of the group.
And we might just take a look back to we had a championship action across the county across last weekend in the senior intermediate. Well, yeah, it wasn't certainly 15 or 16 degrees in Naomh when Mayo TV were there last weekend anyway. A couple of highlights, I suppose. Ballintober reigning champions had a big win against Hollymount Carramore. Maybe Ballina Stevenite's draw against Castlebar Mitchell is probably a notable result as well. What caught your eye? I
suppose I was at the Ballina Castlebar game, and you have to feel very unlucky for Ballina. They seem to have it sewn up. Mikey Murray was flying in the middle of the park for them, and then he went off injured, and Castlebar dragged themselves back into it. Castlebar had the win in the second half, and I suppose, as in club football, Mr. Reliable, like Neil Douglas, came up trumps for Castlebar when they needed him again. Like, he kicked 3 of their last 4 points, 1 injury time. Ballina, though, it's great to see they've been gone away from kind of the top table for too long, you'd say, for a big club like that. If they can build on that and progress, you know, they could have a serious run in the championship. I suppose they've always had a couple of inter-county players. You know, they've David Clark, Ger Cafferty. Now they have Evan Regan's getting a run again, and obviously oh God, you know, they had Kieran Tracy. Kieran Tracy, you know, who put in a fine shift the last day. That, you know, they have the players coming through, and if they can build on that, they could become a force again. Ballintober, you know, didn't move so well last year in the group stages, but they seem to be moving very, very well. Like, you know, they had that game against Hollymount wrapped up before half time. I think Hollymount scored 1-2, but they got that in 3 minutes in that half, and Ballintober had about 9 or 10 points on it. Killian O'Connor came back, big boost for Ballintober and for Mayo, so everyone's happy to see that. Like, so, you know, Ballintober are going to be the team to beat. Brafey had a comfortable enough win over Davids in their game out in Ballandine in the second half. With the win, they kind of pulled away, whereas then I suppose the big result would have been maybe the Knockmore back Gary Moore in a game now that was, you know, it was a late, dark, dreary evening down in Knockmore, but like Knockmore did what they had to the end. They got a late goal to pull away, but they were the better side on it. Like, Knockmore, one of those teams kind of are always thereabouts. I know last year wasn't so great for them, but, like, you know, if they can make a statement and can push back up in north and whereas Gary Moore now as well will have a lot to do to try and get back into it. And their side would obviously have been in the last 8 and the semi-finals in the last few years, so there's a lot happening. Balladreen as well, obviously their last minute win over Clamorsa goal. Did it go in or not go in?
I think Mark Higgins' video did the rounds on Twitter there, so I'll let the viewers decide if it hit the back of the net. I know Andy saluted as if it hit the net anyway, so we can resume it rattled the net.
The Clamorsa managers definitely thought it looked like why come behind that video, like, you know. But that's like Bala got to the semi-final last year. They're going to look to try and get that far again, if not push on. So, you know, the senior championship is going to be very interesting. I suppose Ballintober, they're the team to beat. They're the defending champions. I suppose a lot of people thought Castlebar would be the main challengers, but you don't know, are they maybe falling back a bit? And with the Ballina result, they were beaten by Brafey in the league before that. Westport, I suppose people were the team. A lot of people try and see where the coming team, but they were held by Ahmore in the game he had last weekend. So there's going to be a fierce battle across it, and it's been it was a great weekend of football, and I suppose it's we'll wait now till the club championship gets back in action whenever Mayo finish up.
That's the pity, yeah. It's 4 months' time before we're going to see the lads in action again, but unfortunately that's just the nature of the competition. In terms of the intermediate, Mark, a couple of notable performances, I suppose. Ball, up from junior, got a win. It sounded like they were under pressure in the first half, but come back and get a win. And I suppose maybe a result that people might have noticed, but it was probably a huge result for the club, was Crossmolina, who sneaked a 1 point win against, I think, Bonnyconlon. It sounded like they were in danger, or certainly looking for a draw. So a club of their stature to be scraping a win, but a win that could be vital come the knockout business and the end of the championship season.
Yeah, it could be important. I mean, it's a game that Crossmolina really had to win if they're going to do anything at all this year in the intermediate to kind of force their way back up. I mean, that was a game that absolutely had to win, and in fairness they did. You'd still kind of worry about them. I mean, really they should be putting Bonnyconlon away by a little bit more than that, but listen, they're on their way back. Enda Lavelle has taken over them. I suppose there's work to be done. But listen, look, they got the win in the end, and that's the most important thing. And they've the summer now, I suppose, to work on a lot of stuff, and by the time the second round comes around, they might be a different team. Ball, as you said, yeah, that was a game I was at on Sunday. They had a very good win over Lylan. Their first season up after kind of a couple of years of knocking on the door as junior, and there would have been a lot of pressure on those Ball lads. After working so hard to get up to intermediate, they would have wanted to go out and perform. And in fairness, as you said, it wasn't looking great in the first half. They were playing into the wind, and Lylan were going well. But in fairness, they really turned it around after half time. They got the goal early on. And the kid likes Conor Welch and Val Rockneen and Ger Flanagan, who was at the game for you last week. They really turned it on, and they won out, and deservedly so in the end. They finished the game very strongly. Matty Flanagan as well, to be fair to him, went up from the goals and kicked 4 excellent free kicks, and ultimately that was the deciding factor in the game. And just one of the results that caught my eye anyway was Ballyhonus going down to Ballinrobe and winning well. Which was a result that I certainly hadn't seen. I mean, Ballinrobe would have been. I mean, they were senior 2 years ago. They're a big club, and they would have been maybe not among the favourites, but certainly among the favourites to progress in the group and maybe make a semi-final or even a final. And for Ballyhonus to go down there and win comfortably enough in the end was a really big result for them. I know they did Keith Higgins playing, but they have a lot of good young players as well. Eamon Phillips and John Cunyan, who was on the 20s last year, he was full back for them. He played very well, and
they were very late actually putting their management team together. I know Ballyhonus were one of the last few clubs, I think, to get a management team, and it just shows you that once you get the right people in the right places, you can go out and get a result like that, and they're looking good to get out of the group and maybe more.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, in Ballyhonus, look, in fairness, they were senior clubs themselves not too long ago. I think it's only 3 years ago, or 2 or 3 years ago, that they were playing senior, and they're a team that kind of, I suppose they can be a little bit hot and cold at times, and obviously there's a lot of lads playing hurling, and there's I suppose a small bit of competition there even for players. But I thought that was a really good win for them, and those teams are coming back out. But to last word, probably a great result for Pairc as well, or a great performance from Pairc as well to hold Burrishoole, and probably could have won it only for Jayton Doherty's last minute equaliser. But that was another result that I thought was noteworthy.
Just actually in terms of the junior championship, obviously we're at this game this evening, but who would be your fancies, Colm? Obviously Éadaigh got off to a win last night against Naomh B. I presume James Carr would probably be the star of the show day, and probably a lot of hopes on James to do the business with Éadaigh this year. Would you have fancies for them, or would you have somebody else that you might think might do the business in the A Championship?
Well, I suppose that if you look at Kilmaine here, the way they're performing so far, they're flying along. They got to the final 2 years ago, were unlucky to lose Lardon. I suppose they probably feel they got cold last year again by Ackle in the quarterfinals after winning all 3 games in the group, and the fact they're playing Division 2 league football throughout the summer is going to be a massive boost. Like, when you're playing like the teams who are playing senior football and intermediate championship football, and then you come back down to play lads in junior championship, that's going to be a big help to you. Castlebar B, you don't know what they're kind of going to be like. They won it a couple of years ago, so they've lads who were playing intermediate for 2-3 years. Like, if they put together they could have put together a good side. They could make a challenge for it. Then you've also obviously Ackle got to the final last year, so they're going to have they're going to feel that they could probably maybe push on again and do something. Killala thereabouts in the last few years as well in the knockout stages. So I'd say maybe Kilmaine could be one of the probably would be the favourites if they can keep it up, as long as they get through the group and get a favourable draw. And I suppose they got, as I said, they kind of probably got cold by Ackle last year, and can hopefully drive on this time.
I think all we need to do now is get off the pitch and let the second half come in. So we'll hand back to the studio and we'll get the second half commentary.
Welcome back, and thanks Paul, Colm and Mark for their words of wisdom. Just as the teams have made their way back onto the field, as you can see, we're just waiting for the officials to get back in. Just a few words around the... Well, there was a bit of controversy in Ballinrobe last night at their 50-50 draw, which was live on Facebook. The Master of Ceremonies was the name that was pulled out of the drum. Liam Horn.
Oh, he fixed it again, did he?
Well, there was a few words that John Delaney has nothing on Liam Horn, so we'll see. There was a stewards inquiry. It was very brief. He chaired it himself, and he declared himself the winner. And we're back underway here in Tuar Mhic Éadaigh, and there's a foul straight away as Kilmaine are back on the attack, and one of the players of the first half, Oisin Mullen, back involved again, exchanges a quick hand pass. Well, Murray and Mullen has a go, but it just didn't connect sweetly enough. There was a good attempt at the block and put him off his stride, but Kilmaine from the throw-in looked like they're going to go maybe for going a few more scores. As we said, scoring difference can become so important in championship.
I'm sure the message at half time from the management was to keep up the intensity, because it flattened there for the last 5 minutes of the first half.
Tuar Mhic Éadaigh, just to reacquaint you, are 9 points down, and they're 2 players down as they look to get a bit of respectability on the scoreline. The last thing they'll do is give up trying. As we said earlier, as Joe alluded to, they're a sticky team at the best of times, so they've earned themselves a free, and it looks like they're going to try and keep the intensity level up and just maybe try and, as you say, limit the damage.
Yeah, don't rule them out yet. They could do. Tuar Mhic Éadaigh been known to do strange things sometimes. They could get right back into this one. It's a long way to come, but I'm still optimistic here.
Optimism is the name of the game in the sunshine here in Colm with a chance of a free here for Tuar Mhic Éadaigh. There's a Kilmaine player on the ground in the square, so the referee was looking straight at it. He blew his whistle straight away. A couple of players came together, so I think it's the cornerback Matt Mullen, I think, on the ground. The referee is going to go in and consult with his linesman, and he calls over Stephen O'Neill. Now, I don't think O'Neill was booked in the first half, so it depends if what is viewed for. If we didn't see it, so it's maybe a knee into the back or something. It's a yellow card. And I think that's a knee in the... So the referee is going to bring the free... Going to change a hot ball. It was an opportunity of a score for Tuar Mhic Éadaigh is now gone. It's going to be a hot ball. Or free out, sorry. The referee blew the whistle for a free out, so the scoring chance goes away, and Tuar Mhic Éadaigh's one of their major influencers of midfield, Stephen O'Neill, is on a yellow now as Gavin Burke gives it to his midfield partner, Matt Keady. There's going to be free runners coming through as Tuar Mhic Éadaigh again have funneled almost everybody back to try and keep them away from goal, and Cathal Murphy chips one just to the left and wide. So in that time you can see what Tuar Mhic Éadaigh are trying to do. They're trying to protect almost from the semicircle and try not to concede any goals this half.
Yeah, that seems the name of the game. That was a bit disappointing we didn't get a score at the far side there when we had the opportunity. We don't get too many, we need to take them.
Joey Maloney gets the break. Kilmaine coming on the attack. They have men over here. One of them is Adam Barrett, and Barrett puts that one over the bar, and that's added to his tally for the game. And from the resulting kick out, Barrett is lethal from that range, Joe.
He's a nice bit of quality about him, and he's not afraid to shoot.
Not afraid to shoot is certainly it. And we have a hello from David Sheridan, who's tuning our way from Chicago. David from Kilmaine. And Joe, you said you have another message you want to get out.
Yeah, we have a big shout out there to Liam Higgins, who played for Kilmaine, living in Chicago. He's recovering from illness at the moment.
Cutting inside here is Patrick Lydon. He's going to try for goal. Adam Keady gets a save on it, and Tomas Fahy gathers up the loose ball, and Kilmaine defending it in numbers themselves, but Tuar Mhic Éadaigh woefully unlucky there not to get a goal, and they're going to have to be careful now. They can be caught out on the counter-attack as Joey Maloney comes forward. He has a support runner inside. It's that man, Oisin Mullen, draws the marker to him, and it's Kevin Dolan, but Oisin's got away from him. He's trying to get inside, but the referee says the free occurred further out. I think it's going to be a 30-metre free just outside the large square, but almost a chance of a Tuar Mhic Éadaigh goal.
Kilmaine goal.
Kilmaine goal, sorry.
I wish it was a Tuar Mhic Éadaigh goal. Yeah, we were left exposed there. Stephen needs to be a bit careful. We want to finish the game with 13. It's getting a bit dangerous out there for us. We have to maybe keep the score respectable at this stage.
Patrick Lydon unlucky there, working the ball inside well. Just another vital save from Keady.
Very stylish footballer, Patrick, and this today hasn't been his day just yet, but he will keep trying, and if we keep the ball going into Patrick, he will do damage.
So it's going to be Adam Barrett again with the free, 30-metre free. And he doesn't connect it as sweetly as he has, but he gets it over the bar anyway. So another score for Kilmaine, 12 points to 2. 3.5 minutes gone in the second half, and Colm Gannon, Tuar Mhic Éadaigh, very, very unlucky.
Yeah, Tuar Mhic Éadaigh were very unlucky there not to get a goal chance, which with Patrick Lydon had Stephen Staunton played it across to Patrick, and he took the shot and was cleared off the line by Tomás Fahey. It's very unfortunate for Tuar Mhic Éadaigh. They've actually had the two clearest goal chances in this game, like with the penalty and that. So it's unfortunate they've missed both of them, and they really could and then before that they had a free from a scoring chance that was turned over for a foul. Discipline's cost in the first half, and they can't really afford to be coughing up chances like that for little discipline again. It's they want to get as many scores as they can and want to keep don't be getting stupid yellow cards like that.
Yellow cards, or the referee will have to maybe go looking for another pencil. The way these cards seem to be handed out, as Tuar Mhic Éadaigh now back on the attack again. Kevin Dolan trying to drive his side forward. Big, strong challenge. Dolan to McConnell. McConnell to the wing-back. Shane Staunton gets it back to McConnell. And out having a go. Patrick Lydon, who was almost very unlucky with the goal chance there, drops it in around the house. Knocked down by Niall Donoghue. Darren Kelly has it. He's been held up, and the referee is going in. I think he's going to see where the offence happened. Has given Stephen O'Neill, and it's a 13-metre free. But it was great work there from Niall Donoghue. But if the foul was inside, it's quickly taken, well blocked down. Or tapped over the bar. Garage OG threw himself at the ball as another goal chance, as Colm Gannon alluded to there. The three clearest goal chances have come Tuar Mhic Éadaigh's way.
Well, that one, Stephen, was battled up pretty quickly. The Kilmaine were back in numbers. It was difficult. In fact, we were quite lucky to get the free. We'll take the point.
Point for Tuar Mhic Éadaigh, 13 points to 3. We have 5 minutes gone in the second half here for you live on Mayo GAA TV in conjunction with Dowd Streaming Media. The Brafey Hotel, House, Resort and Spa sponsored Junior Championship live from Tuar Mhic Éadaigh. And don't forget, we have a competition for you to win you a chance to win a Mayo t-shirt. It's on the Twitter. Who were Mayo's first opponents in the Connacht Championship? As I think it's Sean Burke's gone down. I'm not sure what I saw happened. I don't think he was hit. I think he seemed to go down, but he seems in some distress. He looks to be in a serious way.
Yeah, he's not allowed to lie down. I think it was an accidental collision there. Getting the magic spray there. So let's see, will he get to his feet?
We can just have a look here at the Kilmaine block. As we said, that the clearest goal chances in this game have come the way of Tuar Mhic Éadaigh, and great work there from McConnell, trying to get the ball inside, and it was actually Tomás Fahey. The ball got past Keady, but Tomás Fahey had gone back and helped out his goalkeeper there, Joe.
That's where he should be.
Not a man of many words, but when he says them, he means them. So Kilmaine have a chance to get a breather as the Muirishkas again get on there. As we said, it's a very warm evening here in Tuar Mhic Éadaigh. There is some serious concern here for Sean Burke. He doesn't look in a good way. I'd say they're going to have to make an enforced change. He's been lifted off the field, as we said. Seems to be his left ankle. So the substitute making his way on there as he's carried off. Hopefully it's nothing too serious. So the substitute coming in, Micheál O'Ronan, I think, is it? No. Oh no, 16. Brian Heenahan, is it? Brian Heenahan wearing 16. Usually a number reserved for the goalkeeper, the sub-goalie.
Yes, indeed. But our sub-goalie is actually also in crutches over there, Mark Gibbons. So we're down a few players today. It's not looking well for us.
So losing 2 to red cards and a player to injury, Tuar Mhic Éadaigh have definitely had to. You're going to have to use their whole bench as Kilmaine look to build another attack. Joey Maloney Hand passing with Adam Barrett. Kilmaine happy to keep possession of the ball and see where they can punch a hole in this Kilmaine defence. As we said, the Tuar Mhic Éadaigh are happy to give Kilmaine possession outside the danger area. The scoring zone is for the goal. They're trying to just limit the damage as much as possible as Tomas Fahy, and that strong running style of his, breaks into the corner. He's looking to recycle the ball. He has Matt Keady as an option if he wants to give it to him, but he goes across to Moishin Mullen to Ja Mullen. Man free the far side is Joel Maloney, using all the years of experience. Plays a little ball inside, but Michael Hessian couldn't get it, and it's going to be a free out. And Tuar Mhic Éadaigh defence works well there. The numbers back are helping, but unfortunately, if they do break the ball down quickly, they've got no option in their own half of the field.
Yeah, that's it. That's the problem for them. When they do have the ball even here now, they're looking up to work it up. There's no one to even hit it to. They have to work through the hands, and it takes an awful lot out of you, especially this weather out there. It's very warm out there, so it's going to be very tiring for them in the last few minutes to try and keep it up. It's a hard graft trying to play with 13 men against 15, and especially when you have to try and run it out, and they don't have the option even of put a big man inside to try and launch it up to, because it's going to be hard for Tuar Mhic Éadaigh, but they're going to keep plugging away. And like, it's a fabulous day out here in Tuar Mhic Éadaigh. It's a great crowd from local spirit at it, and I suppose it's the real spirit of the junior championship you can see here, on the day.
And Sean Burke has been carried all the way to the dressing room, so he's in a bad way, and it's going to be a free for Tuar Mhic Éadaigh in the middle of the field. Kevin Dolan trying to switch the play across. Tomas Fahy tries to intercept it, but Cathal Staunton manages to get the ball, and Staunton making his debut today at this level in this championship. Darren Kelly trying to get away the captain, and he wins the free, but Cathal Murphy not happy, but it's a free in and another score opportunity for Tuar Mhic Éadaigh, Michael.
Yeah, we'll see who's on the ball here now. There's certainly a chance here. Depends who's kicking the free though. Kevin Dolan.
So you weren't too happy to see the number 9 with the ball in his hands?
I wouldn't back Darren normally. He's a great powerful shot, but accuracy isn't always there.
So the responsibility falls to the usual free taker, Kevin Dolan. Nice side for the right footer. The sun is a bit low in his eyes possibly, but he knows where the posts are. He's been kicking the ball at them in this fantastic facility here in Tuar Mhic Éadaigh. Makes a good connection, and that's a great score for Kevin Dolan, and that's 4 points Tuar Mhic Éadaigh, 13 points Kilmaine. And as I say, there's plenty of time left. There's still 20 minutes to go in this game. If they can keep chipping it away, the last 10 minutes could be very interesting, Joe.
It's the week of comebacks.
Again, he doesn't say much, but when he says it, he means it. So it's the week of comebacks. Right. he's the red and green that Tiger was wearing on the final day back on Sunday. I think that's what he's alluding to, and We'll certainly hope that'll be the case here, as the black and white are definitely making a stronger effort, as we said, considering they're 2 men down. They will definitely be looking at running a few of those shirts on the bench as they concede a free in midfield. Tomas Fahy taking a bit of a breather while he's down there. He's up now. And Kilmaine, that's a bad pass from Matt Keady, very sloppy, and he fails with the challenges. Big Shane Staunton takes 2, evades 1 hit, doesn't evade the second, but he keeps possession of the ball, draws the free, gives it to Dolan. He's a strong runner, he's inside 1. They have players on the overlap if they can use them. Good ball inside to Stephen O'Neill. O'Neill recycles the ball out. Patrick Lydon trying to drop. There's a free man inside, and it's Donoghue, the corner forward. Not another goal chance goes a begging for Tuar Mhic Éadaigh. But Donoghue again has been involved in a couple of the goal opportunities, as that kick pass is poor, goes out over the side, but he was all alone the edge of the square. Maybe he'll feel he should have finished it better.
He could have, and again Patrick Lydon, a great pass there, showed his class with his poor foot, put it into Niall's hands, and Niall will be disappointed.
Tuar Mhic Éadaigh definitely in the ascendancy in this third quarter of the game. They're committing numbers forward on this counter-attack as they want. And again, the man that's been pulling the strings is Patrick Lydon. He's out of sight again, gives it to McConnell faced up by 2 Kilmaine players, sells the dummy, offloads the ball to Shane Staunton. Shane Staunton trying to get away from 3 tacklers. He has an advantage coming. The referee has his arm up. He gets it back to the substitute, Brian Heenan. The advantage is over, but he does draw another foul off Jarlath Monaghan. So it's who's their best-footed, left-footed kicker on this one?
I back Patrick Lydon here.
Patrick Lydon is the man. He's delivered in 2 fairly accurate balls into that square, but Niall O'Donoghue found himself all alone on the edge of the square, Joe, and the Kilmaine defence will be having serious conversations.
We've just brought in Pat Kelly, and I think that tells you we need a bit of experience back there to close out this game.
Pat Kelly, also a member of Dave Loughlin's management team now.
Yeah, Pat's another one of the coaches on his team, but Pat has a wealth of experience.
So the danger is recognised by the Kilmaine bench as Pat comes in. And that shot is taken off the left foot and well taken. And that's 5 points to 13 now. Kilmaine are they're seeing their lead cut down, and the last 3 scores on the spin, you have to say Tuar Mhic Éadaigh deserve them.
Oh, they do. Like they've really taken to the second half, and they'll be probably thinking if they'd only taken 1 or 2 those goal chances they had, it could be a completely different game.
Niall O'Donoghue found himself all alone there.
Yeah, he really just ghosted. I don't know where he came from. I suppose the Kilmaine defence didn't either. He just ghosted and was picked out by a great ball. It was a great save to block him, but it just shows that Tuar Mhic Éadaigh have the potential to get in. They've created 4 good goal chances, so that's what they're there. If they go to take 1 or 2, they'll be a lot more in this game. Whereas for Kilmaine now, I suppose they're trying to get 1 or 2 to pull themselves ahead again and ease it, but it's given Tuar Mhic Éadaigh plenty to fight for and keep driving it.
Kilmaine on the attack again now. Pat Kelly's all on his own this far side, as is Cathal Murphy. But I have a go. That's come off the post. Joey Maloney's in around sniffing. Joey's coming inside. He gets away from him, but he's dragged down. Joey Maloney was alive to the ball coming off the post. So the referee, there could be another card here if he feels that he was intentionally pulled down. Stephen Staunton could be in a little bit of trouble here. So the ball came off the post. Maloney got there ahead of Staunton and just pulls him down, because again it's just a yellow card, I think, is the decision. So it's going to be another free in this game, and Kilmaine look to answer back straight away, and they do that with Michael Hession tapping that one over. So it's 14-5, and again a substitution on the Kilmaine team. Gavin Burke has been replaced by Kevin Sheridan, so a bit of fresher legs around the middle of the field. Tuar Mhic Éadaigh have been getting on, seeing plenty of ball around that middle.
Yeah, we're perhaps a bit lucky with that last call by the referee. But we're getting a bit more into this game now. Get another few points on the board, a goal, we can get closer to them. It might be a big ask to call back that 9 points, but we're getting closer to them, and we can make this respectable yet.
So game restarts with a kick out. Larry Conlon looking to chip that there to Kevin Dolan, who's found himself back in his home half backline for a lot of this game, driving the team forward. Dolan evades 2 challenges, lays it off to Stephen Staunton. Staunton bounces up straight away for his free, and they're moving the ball much quicker now. Shane Staunton involved with the goal opportunities. Good inside pass to McConnell. McConnell trying to cut inside centre back, but Garrow Jodie with a good tackle in, using all his experience, and Kilmaine can launch the counter attack if they want. They've Joe Maloney all on his own. Dolan's pulled back trying to help. Substitute Brian Heenan's trying to get back and help as well. The support coming. Adam Barrett, if they work it right, they have a chance, and that's a loose challenge there. It's going to be a free for Tuar Mhic Éadaigh, and it's going to be another name in the book. But that's what happens when you commit so many men forward. Trying to get back to cover all the danger is hard work out there for Tuar Mhic Éadaigh.
It is. I mean, we were lucky there. Just that last pass was intercepted, or we were through on goal again, and the quick counter attack now gives Kilmaine this chance to put another score on the board.
So the referee is there's another substitution, I think, for Tuar Mhic Éadaigh. I think that's Paul Lydon. I think that's come in for Tuar Mhic Éadaigh there. And is it in with the? I think
that is
Paul Lydon. Yeah,
replacing Stephen O'Neill.
Yeah. Paul Lydon and Aaron Conroy is also in for Tuar Mhic Éadaigh, number 22. So they're definitely recognised that the legs are going to need some freshness. So it's going to be a free for Kilmaine just outside the edge of the large D. Adam Barrett with the ball in his hand. So Kilmaine are looking to open up that gap again after conceding 3 scores. They're going to answer back with their own, and Barrett puts that over the bar. And that's 15 points to 5. It's back to a 10-point lead. Colm Gannon.
It is, yeah. Like Kilmaine have sort of weathered that storm there. Tuar Mhic Éadaigh they went chasing the game, get a bit more there, and open up space for Kilmaine to move attack quickly. And they've tagged on 2 points. But like, you have to give credit to Tuar Mhic Éadaigh. They aren't lying down here. They're going to take on this challenge as much as they can and keep driving on. And it's been, there's been a much better second half performance from them. I think they're going to take an awful lot from that, even if they not going to win this game. But when they get back to league action and championship later on at the year, they'll know that they were able to keep fighting all the way and didn't lie down.
15 points to 5. The final third quarter of this game is going to be, you'd feel it's going to be Kilmaine's. Tuar Mhic Éadaigh have started to run the bench a bit, trying to get some fresh legs, but with the 2 extra men, it's just too many gaps to cover.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's going to be too many. That's what's going to happen. It's going to be too many gaps to cover. Like it's hard enough to play in a day like today and with 15 men, but playing a game with 13 men trying to cover all those gaps, and
that's just gone to the right and wide for Tomas Fahy as he broke through there. As we said, a lot of tired challenges going in, but if they can limit it to 10 points, they might get some joy in the next games.
Oh yeah, that's it. Like, it's all about, I said, when they came out winning at half time, they would have had to look at this new half is a new game, and we're going to try and win this half, and they've taken it on, and they're here. If it was just a one-off game in the half, they were there, they're here, thereabouts. And once again, they created 2 very good goal chances in this second half. They had another one in the first half and a missed penalty. So they will be able to look. They'll have a few regrets to look back on when the game is over from Pairc for themselves.
Kilmaine on the attack again. Pat Kelly getting involved, gives a ball to Cathal Murphy. Cathal Murphy hits that with his right, and that's another wide. 2 wides in quick succession as Kilmaine are looking to put a bit of more distance between the two. There's a player down on the far side. I think it's Stephen Staunton. The referee is just going to come over and check on him. He went down under a challenge there in the previous attack, so hopefully he's okay. The Tuar Mhic Éadaigh bench and physios are definitely getting plenty of work today.
Yeah, she certainly is. That's our physio there, Jennifer Sheridan. She's recently taken up the game of Gaelic football. I better not tell you what age she is, but she has never played before.
And we can just have a look there at one of the Tuar Mhic Éadaigh goal chances. It was, as we said, they've had the best goal chances in. It was a high ball in by McConnell. He was all on his own in the corner, Niall Donoghue, but just couldn't make a great connection. He seemed to think there was something there, but Adam Keady did his job, and he's had a couple of good blocks in good tags. Speaking of people taking up football that never played before, Ballinrobe have started a Gaelic for mothers and others. It's an LGFA incentive as Kilmaine are inside, right footed. What a finish from Jarlath Mullen from the kick out. Turned the ball over straight away. Great ball inside, delivered at pace. Pat Kelly, Joey Maloney, first time ball into Jarlath Mullen. Jarlath Mullen just curled it into the far corner, and that's a great finish from Jarlath Mullen. He'll be talking about that one for a while.
He'll be very happy with that.
He's never short of a word now, is Ja?
No, he's not, but he's a good clinical finisher now too, and he's on his game today. 115
to 5 points, and hopefully the Tuar Mhic Éadaigh heads don't drop and they start conceding maybe another goal or two, because as we mentioned in the first half, point difference can make a difference at this level. As Tomas Fahy pops the ball inside to Keady to Mullen gives it to Ernan Flannery to Cathal Murphy, recycles it back out to Ernan Flannery. He's going to have a go as well from just outside the D, and that's a well struck left-footed ball. Great work from Kilmaine, very well taken, and Kilmaine are pulling away here, Joe.
Yeah, the Tuar Mhic Éadaigh challenge seems to have faltered a good bit, and they seem to have their legs seem to be getting heavy, and we seem to be livened up again.
I think it's the 2-man difference is probably making all the difference.
It is, but we've also had a number of substitutions there, and I think that's probably also upset the one of the play as well. We've lost Sean Burke in there. We've lost Stephen Neal. Some experienced players have gone off. So again, it looks like Kilmaine are beginning to assert themselves again in this game.
So another free given away. Nathan Lavelle deemed to have fouled his man. Kilmaine are being told to bring the ball up. They weren't allowed to take the free as quickly as they wanted. They're committing players forward now. They're forcing Tuar Mhic Éadaigh to defend deep, and they're trying to, as we said, add as many scores as possible. Ja Mullen with a cheeky chip back as all the Tuar Mhic Éadaigh players had switched off. O'Sheen driving through again. O'Sheen Mullen, he's going to have a go with his right boot, and that one has gone to the right and wild. For all his great work, he probably needs to go back and maybe do a bit of more practice taking a few shots.
Well, he's been off for a while, so I'd say it's a good performance.
He gets a bye for this one, does he?
Yeah, it's a good performance considering now he's been off for a while.
Kilmaine win another kick out, and it's Michael Hession out on the edge, gives it to Tomas Fahy. Fahy, free man, the far side, great pass. lines it up, and that's Joey, and you don't give Joey that much space and time, but great vision from Fahy.
Yeah, it was a great pass, pinpoint pass. I suppose the space is there for Kilmaine now, like, and they picked out Joey with great pass, like, and Maloney, like, for himself there for the goal for Kilmaine, got, like, he was a inch perfect pass he delivered in. Like, he's been a real ball of energy throughout the game, playing a kind of a playmaking role, doing a lot of carrying and laying the ball off and passes.
And we want to say a big hello to Ann Thorpe, who's watching us from Fox Lake, Illinois. So we've had Illinois is getting plenty of mentions today between Chicago, Illinois. It's great to have you tuning in our way as Kilmaine are looking to add to their score. Mullen again has a switch on if he wants it. He has it over here. He has Kevin Sheridan all on his own, and Kevin pulls the trigger on that one as well. And it's the old heads who are starting to come to the fore, Joe.
Well, Kevin,
I wouldn't call Kevin too old now, but he wouldn't be Joey Maloney old now.
No. Kevin isn't that old. Kevin is only a young fella yet. That was a good score.
Great score. Kilmaine again, they're starting to make things count. That's a great breaking ball from Garage O'D. Broke from Michael Hessian inside. Now is Adam Barrett. He closes in, decides to go for the point, and Adam Barrett with his instep taps that over, and Kilmaine are tightening that screw now as we go. It's 119 to 5 points, and Michael, it's the Tuar Mhic Éadaigh legs are just getting that little bit tired with 8 minutes to go.
Yeah, they seem to be fading a bit now. It's really good to play for pride, keep it going. It's not like Tuar Mhic Éadaigh to ever give up. The game is well gone at this stage, but we need to make that score a bit more respectable for score difference to count in this group.
There's another substitution come on. We'll just try and see who it was. Number 13, Patrick Lydon is going off. He did have in the first half of this, in the first half of the second half, he's had a big influence there, but he's made his way to the sideline. We'll just see number 20, Matthew Heenahan, has come on in his place, and Tuar Mhic Éadaigh playing for pride. As Mike Langley says, it's going to be a tough end in the last 7 or 8 minutes with whatever the referee is going to allow for, without the referee is going to show for. The lads are going to be able to keep this going. If they can get a goal, it adds a bit of respectability to the score. They're playing around the periphery at the moment. Darren Kelly, the captain. Paul Lydon switches the play across to Lavelle. Lavelle gets around that, and that's with his left foot, curls around, and that's a great score. Nathan Lavelle sold the dummy from a good crossfield ball, taps it over the bar, as we can see from the replay.
Delighted to see that for young Nathan Lavelle, a great young player, came into our club a few years back. Fantastic young man, and great to see him score his debut.
Debut score for Nathan Lavelle, and in the last few minutes Kilmaine have definitely got 5 scores on the spin, and that's a good way to break that momentum.
Oh, it is, yeah. Like in Tuar Mhic Éadaigh, as we said earlier on, they've kept going, they've kept plugging away, they haven't let the heads go down. They've tagged on a lovely score there. They've brought in another number of subs to give them a run out, give them a chance to, in championship football, have them a taste for when they're ready for when they're needed later on in the year. As I said, all about them winning this half, or doing as well as they can this half, and then building again for their next championship out and through the league then.
Cathal Murphy tries to find Tomas Fahy, who ran from his own half back line to try and make a difference, and there was a bit of a collision there, and I think it's Shane Staunton who's down injured. I think he got a bit of a bang on the knee. The referee says play on. The play didn't stop. It wasn't a foul, it was more of a coming together, so he's still in some discomfort as Danny Lydon gets the play up to Lavelle. Lavelle scored a fantastic point there a moment ago. It's fouled by David Hughes, so they can go over and see what's wrong with them. But I think I may have caught him with a boot when he turned. I think it was accidental, but a couple of Tuar Mhic Éadaigh players down. I think he caught with a boot as David Hughes turned to run away. I think his boot just came up and maybe caught him accidentally. But there's more concern over here with what's happening back there to Shane Staunton. I think it was a bit of a bone on bone, and as you say, that the physio is definitely earning her a corn today.
She certainly is. It's very worrying to see Shane down. Shane was one of our top players, very, very tough young man, but he suffered a bad injury last year. If Shane is gone, he is a terrible loss to this team. Very, very talented young man, and I hope that we will see him back again soon.
So I think they've got one more substitution left. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I think they've made 5. They still have a substitution left, so they should be able to replace Shane Staunton. The other wing back, Nathan Lavelle, is back up on his feet. He says he's okay. So the game will resume with a free for Danny Lydon into the sunshine here at Tuar Mhic Éadaigh. Plays a little give and go, but a good strong hand in by Ernan Flannery. But Tuar Mhic Éadaigh come again. Kevin Dolan trying to drive the team forward to finish strong in the last few minutes. Coming in on his right foot, Kevin Dolan. That's a great score from Kevin Dolan. All his own work. Started it. He seems to have dropped back as the sweeper almost for this half, and he's broke through several times. Got around Tomas Fahy there, who just couldn't keep up with him, and it's a great score.
Yeah, reeling back the years there, flashes of Kevin Dolan 10 years ago. Still can do it.
We're coming up to full time. We'll have whatever the referee's going to allow plus a minute or two. It's 119 to 7 points. Kilmaine leading in this Brafey House Resort and Spa Junior Championship group fixture. The other game in this group is Killala versus Ballintubber B, which will be tomorrow. And I'm sure they've been tuning in and watching and having a look at knowing what they have to do to maybe get the scoring difference going, as Adam Barrett has a goal from all of 35 metres, and that's another great score from Adam Barrett. He's been on fire today, Joe.
Confidence is high, and you know to go for that sort of shot.
He caught the ball very cleanly, and unfortunately, as the Tuar Mhic Éadaigh legs are getting tired, there's going to be maybe a few more chances in this, as the short kick out is taken. Danny Lydon to Lavelle. Lavelle coming in on his left boot, gets his head up. He has a runner. Danny plays it up the line. Danny Lydon trying to return it back to Brian Heenan, goes over his head. Oh! Now Garage O'D was caught as he was going down for the ball by Darragh McConnell. I say a little bit of frustration coming out there from Darragh.
It wasn't unintentional. I think Garage was going down when Darragh caught him, and I think it was intended to shoulder him cleanly, but just caught him as he was going down.
And Matthew Keady gets a yellow card. I think it might have been for something off the ball or something he said, but he gets the yellow. So it's a free taken by Jarlath Mullen back to Tomas Fahy, and the two of them have been playing since they were young. And Tomas, little ball into the corner forward, actually can't keep it into his hands, comes in on his left, recycles the ball back out to Jarlath Mullen. Mullen, he's going to have a go, he's going to see if he can bring this round. It's got air, but it doesn't have direction, and it's gone wide. So as we enter the final stages of this game, Colm Gannon, just who do you think has stood out for you today in a man of the match role?
Well, I think Adam Barrett has been very good for Kilmaine. He's kicked a number of great scores for them during the match. Even I think then as like Joey Maloney has played a really impressive role as a playmaker for Kilmaine, picking the right pass a lot of times, including the one for the goal. And we're going through here.
It could be another goal here for Kilmaine. Little ball over the top, right foot, another corner. Great finish from the experienced head of the not so old Kevin Sheridan. Ball won out there by, I think it was Ernan Flannery. Picked the kick out, found him inside on his own, and Sheridan put it away. Lovely.
Great finish from Kevin, and it's nice to see him back scoring the goals like that.
220 to 7 points. As we said, we're playing whatever the referee is going to allow for stoppages. Kilmaine been full value for their win, bearing in mind they've played with the advantage of 2 extra men, and injuries to key individuals for Tuar Mhic Éadaigh didn't help their cause either, but they've kept going, they've kept fighting as is their way, and they've drawn another free. It's going to be Aaron Conroy. Another substitute in for them is Michael Egan. He'd replace Shane Staunton. He has a runner on the outside to Danny Lydon. Danny Lydon trying to find a ball inside, but Joey Maloney gets a hand to it, helped by Pat Kelly, the two elder statesmen of this team. And Maloney gives it to Kelly. Kelly to Murphy. They have a spare man, Barrett again, looking for an opportunity to see if they can add to the goal, but the ball come off the outside of his boot, and Michael Hession couldn't keep it in. So just to go back to you, you were saying who you thought was your player of the match.
Well, I thought Adam Barrett has been very impressive for Kilmaine in the attack. I think he's contributed a number of scores in the game and has played very well throughout for them. I thought Joey Maloney did very good to control the game. Jarlath Mullen and Michael Hession and were all very good as well. And even the back line like Oisin Mullen and Tomas Fahy played very well throughout.
High ball delivered in Ernan Flannery, and that's gone over the bar. It's normally plays that side of the field, but he's great score from Flannery. Made the goal, of course, for Kevin Sheridan just a few moments ago, and he just floats that over the bar.
Yeah, he had to fill in a cornerback today, but that was a nice score. I seen as he moved forwards.
Kick out again, unfortunately. Joey Maloney has been dragged there. Dolan gives it, but they're trying to get the ball up. Joey Maloney taking the time, gives it to Tomás Fahy. Kilmaine are still driving forward, still trying to make scores. Maloney playing like a quarterback, just popping the ball around. Fies Flannery again, he scored just a moment ago. Nice little ball around the corner for Hessian. Hessian trying to get away from Stephen Staunton. He's brought down. It's going to be a free on the edge of the square. Chance of a goal, but Stephen Staunton wasn't going to let him in too easy.
He wasn't, I suppose. Stephen's on a yellow, so we'll take it.
I think the referee took the same view. It's coming to the end of the game. There's no need for any more cards, so it's going to be another kick for Adam Barrett, and I think it'll be his 5th point of the game if he gets this one. 10th point of the game, 5th of this half. Yeah. So he's got 5 scores in each half. It's a fantastic scoring return for him. Out of 220, he scored 10. So he's been definitely on fire today, and definitely man of the match today.
So yeah, like you can't score and return that is a from return 90, like going over half your team's points and score 20 points is not easy.
And there we have it. The whistle is blown in what has been an eventful opening clash here in the Brafey House Resort and Spa sponsored Junior Championship. Tuar Mhic Éadaigh 7, Kilmaine 221, and Michael, just try and sum up what you're thinking.
I suppose we come into this game knowing we were facing one of the favourites for the championship. Kilmaine are the top seed in the group on today's performance. They're going to take some stopping in this year's championship. 20 points defeat in the first round. It's going to perhaps it's going to require us to now win our second game against Ballintubber, because the score difference is going to hurt us very badly. In that first half, perhaps if we'd scored that goal, if we'd taken 2 or 3 of our chances in the first half, we could have been a lot closer at half time. In the end, no doubt about it, the better team did win.
The penalty was big though in the opening 10 minutes.
It certainly was. I think Kilmaine were going to perhaps assert themselves, missing that penalty, missing a few chances, the 2 men down. It was a big ask. Came out in the second half, played very, very spirited. Then we had a few injuries. Kilmaine got back into the game, and in the end ran away from us. But I think our lads gave it their best shot. No doubt the best team won on the day, fully deserved their victory. We could have been a little bit closer, but this Kilmaine team they're a class act, and they'll take some stopping.
It'll take some stopping. Joe, you have to be happy with a performance like that.
I would have to be happy, but it could have been different. Tuar Mhic Éadaigh had a great goal chance with the penalty early on, and they had 3 or 4 goal chances after that. But our energy and our off the ball running was excellent, and our score taken. You'd have to say that most of the chances we got, we put away.
Adam Barrett, the outstanding player, 10 points, 5 in each half. The standout player from today for you?
Definitely. He's a class act. He seems to have time on the ball, and most good players have that.
Like yourself once upon a time.
I'd say so, yeah.
Yeah. Man, a few words, as we said. So that's it from us. We'd just like to hand over now to Paul Cunyan, who has Colm and Mark with him.
Very much, Tom. Yeah, great stuff there. Colm, 222 to 7 points. I think the scoreboard tells the tale there. There's not much you can say about that one, except fairly comprehensive for Kilmaine.
Very comprehensive Kilmaine. They'll have to be very happy with that. They've dominated from start to finish after the Tuar Mhic Éadaigh missed their penalty. But you have to give credit to Tuar Mhic Éadaigh. They came out in the second half, they were down 2 men, and for the first 10-12 minutes they gave it a real go, got a few points, had another couple of goal chances that they could have taken, that would have brought them back in, and they didn't. They gave it as well as they could, but with the weather, 2 men down and then making number changes, they were always going to be chasing the game, and it took Kilmaine till the last 5-6 minutes before they got their 2 goals. They were both excellently taken, but Tuar Mhic Éadaigh gave it as much as they could, but Kilmaine were deserving winners.
Kilmaine deserving winners, Colm says. They're looking good for the knockout stages based on that performance. The 2 more games to go, obviously, before the quarterfinals come, but can you see Kilmaine being there at the end of the championship business, or what do you think is in store for them?
Well, I think so. I mean, they should be. I mean, just judging by that performance, definitely you'd have to give them some serious respect to, or even to expect them to drive on and compete. I mean, look, that would probably be their goal for the year anyway. I mean, they would have been knocking around the door of the junior semi-finals, and they reached the final I think a couple of years ago, and they'll want to get back up to intermediate, and look, this was a great start for them. As Colm was saying there, I mean, look, they really had the game wrapped up at half time with Tuar Mhic Éadaigh down to 13 men. I'd echo what Colm said there about Tuar Mhic in that kind of 10 minutes after half time. They made a go of it and had a couple of chances for goals that I don't think it would have changed the result, but it might have made it a little bit more respectable. And but Kilmaine after that they turned it on then for the final kind of 10-15 minutes and saw it out pretty professionally. So look, it's a great result for them, and it puts them in a great position, not only with the 2 points for the win, but also points difference if that does come into play later on in the group. They're 21 points plus already. I mean, that could be a huge factor in terms of even if it's a matter of topping the group and maybe getting a slightly easier quarter-final. So look, they'll be very, very happy with their evening's work.
A host of games on tomorrow across the Junior A, B and C Championship. Are you taking a trip around the county, or have you your Sunday planned with feet up on the couch watching a bit of soccer or something else?
No, there's no feet up. No, I'm doing a tour of North Mayo tomorrow. I'm in Killala for 1 o'clock. The same game, actually, the other game in this group. I mean, Killala are taking on Ballintour B, so that should be a very good game. Ballintour B, you'd imagine, given the strength of their A team at the moment, they should be quite strong. Whereas Killala are kind of another team who would maybe have aspirations of reaching the knockout stages of the junior championship again. So that should be a good game. And then 3 o'clock I'm back in Ballina for Ballina B against my own club, Kilmaine Shamrocks. So big Kilmaine win there, I think, on the horizon. But no, we'll see how that goes as well. So yeah, we're looking forward to it now.
No Easter Sunday roast for you, so tomorrow it's a busy day on the road.
Yeah, I might get a few scraps in the evening if they keep something warm for me. But no, I'm afraid not.
Colm, just before we finish up, are you one of the many thousands who are getting on the plane for New York in 12 or 14 days' time?
I'm actually not. No, this year I'm actually not going this time. No, so unfortunately I won't be over there. I know there doesn't need to be anyone left who's not going in the county, but I have other things coming up on, so I can't go. It's looking forward. Everyone's looking forward. It seems to be great. I suppose your head's probably annoyed having looking for tickets. Seems to be the biggest question in the county. I know the clubs have been told what they're getting. They're trying to divide them out. So, but I don't know if anyone will be left here at all. So I'm just sending someone in my stead.
Yeah, no, I think it's going to be a fair invasion of New York, but I'm sure we'll get the right result and move on to the Connacht Championship. We're joined by Tomas here. You're watching the game. What were your thoughts on it?
I thought Tuar Mhic Éadaigh were going to win, but they actually got destroyed.
Goals win games, and the goals Kilmaine were just too good with the goals they got. Is that what you think?
Yeah. Yes, I think that, yeah.
And are you a big Mayo fan as well?
I don't really... I'm more of a handball person than...
Handball? Oh, do you play handball?
Yeah, a lot of it.
And have you won many games lately?
Might be doing a tournament in the Comortist handball in the Gaeltachta. It'll be here.
In Tuar Mhic Éadaigh?
Yes.
So the name to look out for in the future in the handball circles?
Me, Tomas Lang.
You heard it here first, folks. Tomas Lang. If you're into handball, Tomas is the man to keep an eye on. Thanks very much, Tomas. Okay, we're going to leave it there from Tuar Mhic Éadaigh. As the lads had said, it was a comprehensive win for Kilmaine. Thanks to all who joined into the Mayo GAA TV tonight. All the results and the fixtures will be there across the weekend on Mayo GAA social media channels, as well as on our website. Also, just finally, our competition winner and the winner of the T-shirt was Jack Strong, who correctly answered that. Of course, it was Mayo and New York who will be contesting the opening round of the Connacht Championship. So Jack, we'll be in touch and getting your prize out to you. Just want to say thanks to Tom and the lads on commentary, and finally to Colm and Mark here. I'm sure they'll both encourage you all to pick up a copy of the Western People on Monday and the Mayo Advertiser on Friday to read about tonight's games and all the games across the county. So thanks very much, and enjoy the rest of your bank holiday weekend.